everybody, welcome back to the Paper Plane Inn. I'm Mikata Neo, and thank you guys for waiting for me to come back live. It is so good to actually see you guys here today. Did you guys eat well? Did you guys rested well? Did you guys have a good day at work? If not, I hope that today's stream will make your day a bit more brighter and better. But how is everyone doing today? I could have been better, but I will manage, if you will. I just hope that everyone's day actually is much better compared to how it was for mine. But yeah, I'll be okay eventually. I was actually looking forward to doing a job interview, which well, for the first time when pursuing for work, the interviewers kind of stood me up in a sense. I honestly don't know. Maybe it's me, maybe it's them, maybe it's mostly them, but yeah, well, I actually applied for a job ever since back in the 11th, a couple days back, and it was just about yesterday that I got a message from, well, the job site saying that they wish to actually schedule a phone interview with me, and that is where I actually weighed my options and said I would love to have a phone interview tomorrow on this specific time from 11 to 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. if you will, and they accepted that, and they even RVSP'd on, well, on scheduling a job interview that takes place at 11 this morning. And yeah, after the stream today, I actually took the time to, well, basically go and actually get myself prepared for any job interview questions that they would throw at me. Even going as far to actually writing down what sounds much more important. But I actually did not hear anything from them back today. Like, ever since, like, I waited for them. I waited for them to phone me in, when it was 11, when it was actually 11:30. I absolutely got no calls back. I never got a single call. I tried to message them to see, where, I am ready for the phone interview. Is it still available? And I sent that to them back in 11:21 in the morning, and it was still, and the message is still read on set. Is still on the sent status instead of being read. I never thought I could actually be stood up by an interviewer, and yeah, that's just oh. That's pretty unfair, and that's really poor conduct on trying to find new workers for your company, only for this to actually happen. It's possible they delay it or something happened, maybe, but they could have at least messaged me back. I even looked up into to the website, into the messages, and it's still unsent. And, well, my partners were able to, help me out, calm me down, be my rock to vent. And my second partner did told me that this happened to him too when he tried to look for work. And so, I'm just disappointed. I'm really upset. I'm angry. But most of all, I'm just disappointed. I think, if anything, I still need to keep looking for work. I mean, I'm still getting my ducks in a row in order to get the enough necessary paperwork and bunch for the sake of making sure my CNA license that I got from Hawaii is fully reciprocated here in Texas. It's just that the process to doing so takes so much time, and I am trying my best to keep my head above water. Okay, let me look at chat. If they messed that up, who knows what else did they mess up? Well, then that's their fault, not yours. Then they probably have a terrible employer. Perhaps. But it doesn't feel nice that I've been stood up just like that. When I am trying my hardest to work hard on studying, on getting the right answers, and for the interviewing questions that they would throw at me, and but so I did my best to actually just give myself some time to properly deflate, get myself something to eat, because when that whole thing was over, my appetite came back, and I also took the time to actually try my best to just rest a little bit, and I also took the time to try my best to make a base sketch for what we're drawing for this NPC. And so, yeah, I am hoping that maybe, just maybe, that today's stream would be the highlight of it, because I really have been considering on opening up a donathon, just so that way it can also help keep things a bit afloat for me and Steve. I mean, sure, a good chunk of it is going to go to Steve's new tower that he always expressed an interest in, because his laptop is starting to reach its twilight years. And, but what? But Boy Splatty, thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Oh. Okay, that we're already in a hype train. Okay, that's something else. Thank you, Boy Splatty. Thank you. Alright. How about we actually get straight to the podium, shall we? We, got things that definitely need to be done. We got ourselves an NPC that we definitely need to, design. Hold on a second. Let me just, save this before I actually would forget. Okay, okay, how do I... Okay, NPC... Okay. Okay, let me just save this first. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let's save this. Oh my god! But Boy Splatty, you shouldn't have! Oh, thank Emerald Marie! you guys! You guys! Thank you! Oh my god! Thank you! Let's have a rave for Bushback. Oh, you guys! Thank you! I really am thankful from the bottom of my heart. Okay, let's go straight to the podium, shall we? Okay. Dave! Hey! Hi!
Hello.
It's good to see you again.
Likewise, wanted to be here.
I just, explained as best I could what happened to what happened today, and now I'm actually seeing a hype train level 3 happening.
Must admit that is quite the whiplash.
It truly is. Like, I got a random gift sub. I forget if I ever follow them ever. Like, their duck. That's fair. So, yeah, I have made a Patreon, which this is another way people can actually showcase their support to the innkeeper, and it does and the funding I got from it would actually help improve my art and also my work, but also would help keep the lights on in the inn. And there's also certain significant amount of rewards depending on how much you've actually pledged there. But right now, we are about to be designing an NPC that I hosted in the suggested board earlier this month, where I actually asked the people in Patreon what kind of NPC are we going to be designing this time around? And this time I'm making a female NPC, and I got one suggestion on what kind of NPC this one is going to be. Because I'm sure that you guys remember from last month, we have actually did this reward, if you will. Um, we have done this bit where we designed this farm boy here, this Warforged farm boy. Well, it is a farm boy NPC. I just asked the people on Patreon what race will this farm boy actually be, and of the options that they provided and placed a poll in, the Warforged actually won, and I did my best to make this thing kind of work. And right now, his assets is available in my Patreon. That those who pledge to me, those who follow me there will actually easily grab it, and they can make use of it for their D&D campaigns or TTRPG campaigns. Go nuts with him. I mean, he is a blank slate. How you actually portray him or how his personality and quirks going to be, that's entirely up to you. Just make sure you actually credit me and point the direction that I'm the one who made this. That's all I ask. So, yeah, time for us to actually get to work when it comes to making this month's character NPCs, if you will. 'Cause this time around, the suggestion from this board is about what female NPCs is this going to be, and I also left in some prompts so that way anyone can actually make this thing a little bit more flavorful, if you will. And the prompts are follows, like what would their race be like, what would their class/role be like, and what would their alignment be like. Let me actually grab this thing real fast, and before we actually forget. Okay, I am gonna throw this one out there again for the sake of the April one. So yeah, okay. Here we go. This is what I threw out there into my Patreon, and this is what I only got about one suggestion out of it. So yeah, and the suggestion and the NPC for this month is going to be, from the one suggestion I got, an ASMR, but something that is other than celestial rather than angel. A clockmaker NPC, and alignment is just they have nothing on alignment. Oh, the hype train is over. Thank you so very much for the hype train, everyone. Thank you. I really want to say this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for supporting me. I truly meant it. I know that things are hard, but you showcasing your kindness, I am forever grateful for that. I guess I did something right. In raising this community. So yeah, we are going to be designing an ASMR type of NPC who is a clockmaker. And I only did the best I could when it comes to making this when it comes to making this design. And the best kind of other celestial I could think of that would fit this very well would be something that's based on a throne. Now, no, I'm not talking about the throne side that you guys can actually see underneath this video down there, which showcase my gifts. Now, a throne is a type of angel, if you will, where it's one of the higher categories of angels. They are known to be angels that are like wings, but they're like, this type of angel is how do I describe this? They actually have they are basically rings that entwine around each other, and they have eyes all over it, and they also glow really, really bright. And yeah, but it is one of the most thrones are a bunch of wheels with eyes. That may be true, which is why I tried my best to keep this image of having this ASMR lady have wheels slash halos around where the eyes should be, and yeah, it's also going to be decorated with a lot of eyes. What? Is it an interesting choice? I mean, I've never done something like this before, so we're going to actually just fly in the seat of our pants. Okay, so... And also, given that this one is a clockwork type of... a clockmaker character, they're also going to be equipped with some tools in their bag that contains necessary materials to fix up clocks, and they will also have clocks on their person. And I also like to imagine that maybe, just maybe, the halos would also have gears, would also be in the shape of gears. I bet this drawing will work perfectly like clockwork. Okay, that's a good one. But you know, speaking of clockwork, I know D&D has many other classes out there, and I know D&D has classes, and each of them has their own subclasses that everyone can actually flavor and make sure they actually play the way they want them to. But I think when it comes to the line of sorcerers, I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to wrap my head when it comes to the concept of the clockwork soul sorcerer, because I know it says that it's a order-based kind of subclass for the sorcerer, but how exactly? Oh, hey JC.
Hi.
Hi. It's good to see you again.
See you too.
I hope that you're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
That's good.
To come back to what you were saying about the clockwork sorcerer, where is that subclass from? Because I think this might be the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah?
Think so?
Okay, hold on. Let me take a gander real fast. Okay. Okay, no. Okay, D&D and Wicked Dot. Okay, D&D 5, okay, 5E. There you are. Low for me. Scrolling down. Way down. Hades Town. Way down. There you go. Clockwork Soul. The cosmic force of order has suffused you with magic. That power arises from Mechanus or a realm like it, a plane of existence shaped entirely by clockwork efficiency. You or someone from your lineage might have become entangled in the machinations of the Mordrons, the orderly beings who inhabit Mechanus. Perhaps your ancestor even took part in the Great Mordron March. Whatever its origin within you, the power of order can be seen strange to others, but for you, it is part of a vast and glorious system. Okay, so let me actually go plop this down here into the TV chat. Okay.
Thank you.
I am trying my best to actually wrap this thing my head on when it comes to how clockwork soul sorcerers actually work. But yeah, right now I am just currently designing an NPC, JC, where I am actually designing an NPC who is a clockmaker, an ASMR.
Ooh.
But they did throw in me a challenge. Draw something that is a different celestial other than angel. And the closest thing I could kind of think of is it is a throne, if you will. It's another angel, but it is an obscure kind of angel. Well,
from the sketch, I'm getting biblically accurate vibes.
Pretty much. And this character is going to have something that would shock a nation. She's flat.
Gasp. I don't have a gasp sound effect, so.
I mean, you know what? That is absolutely fair. I'm also thinking.
No, wait, hold on. No, wait, hold on. I've got something that works.
Okay.
She's flat.
I was expecting the other one to follow up.
I only have the first part. Oopsies.
Nah, you're good.
Also, my friend Sunny showed me some Monster Hunter Wild stuff.
How'd that go?
I'm a big fan of one of the armor sets.
Yeah?
You've encountered the title monster, right?
Arkveld?
Like the mascot monster. Yeah, Arkveld.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I fucking love the Arkveld armor set.
I've yet to actually see his armor, considering the fact that, or maybe I've seen it and it has been a hot minute. I was so stressed out from trying to nail a phone interview that was supposed to happen today, and,
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know. I don't get it.
I'm just upset that this is the first time an interview just kind of, yeah. I think I'll make this one have Edwardian, style outfit.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know Bioshock Infinite?
Uh-huh.
I actually,
Something like that.
it may be a steampunk game, but turns out it actually has, roots that's tied to, the Edwardian era in it.
Hi,
That could-
Afton.
Oh, hi, Afton. It's good. And I think I'll just roll up her sleeves, considering the fact that she has to make sure that her she gets her hands a little bit busy there. He may come off as a horrible
I smell an NPC.
what did I just read over there? This sounds like he wait, what? Huh? But what about the other?
What? I literally just got here.
Arkveld's
What's going on?
armor. The Dark Souls,
Oh,
like one to me. The request turns up. Steam is. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think I'm just gonna. Oh,
Ignore anything involving Monster Hunters.
this early, huh? Okay. Sorry there,
That's still
fellas.
early game.
Sorry there, fellas, but I'm going into a tunnel.
Uh-oh.
Wow, I got here and immediately the gremlins coming out.
Must be a momentous occasion.
I mean, if this is the case, do you know what that means? Hey, Gremlin, what's
happened?
up?
Askerman was busy. Nah!
Question: when you be busy, I'm gonna guess three things. One, you're watching your opera. Two, you're building on a tab. Or three, you were trying to find chocolate.
No, Housekerman has her cookie earlier. Housekerman was also busy watching the Fearball King.
Yeah, that was your drama.
When it was in good scene.
Hello, Gremlin.
Gremlin.
Someone's going into jail. I
Also,
wish,
why are you big?
so I can actually
you
shoot someone into jail.
You don't
Oh.
have to be any bigger than that.
Oh,
Oh.
I believe she's attempting to bite Afton.
Gremlin?
now he's in jail.
Ah, good. For a second, I thought you were gonna try and bite my tail.
Nah, but Housekerman has been busy though.
That's good to hear.
Ah.
Yes. Also, Housekerman has to fight another one. Another tribute.
Okay, if that's gonna be the case, then I did get these from the gift shop from when I was at the museum.
Nah. Huskerman
No,
has
no.
found another tribute.
What is this tribute Vi desire?
The last tribute he provided to someone was a literal garfish. And there's another one.
Yes.
Wait, a goldfish?
Concern the
Yes,
beast.
it's sitting right in front of you.
Why is there a gar right in front of us?
Concern the
Gremlin,
fish.
where did you get this?
Concern the fish.
I feel like I should move this away from you because this feels very odd. this
Concern
to
the
be
fish
here.
if anything, and you will obtain unlimited powers.
Why would I need unlimited powers?
It's from the Feywild.
Yeah, did you make a deal with a Fey at all for this?
Nah.
Gremlin, what did you do? I know what you did something off. What did you make an agreement for?
Huskerman said, but Huskerman got it from good deal in the Feywild.
What did you give them?
Nothing.
What did you give them? Do it now, otherwise I'm burning the chocolate.
Don't do that!
You wouldn't dare!
I already have a bonfire up. Don't make me do it.
Ah.
Why are you so evil?
I cast control flames and turn off the fire.
Why are you the way you are?
Because I'm trying to be the responsible one and know where you got this from. Because in all honesty, I know what this creature is.
What did I do?
You know,
What did I do? I didn't do nothing! How come nobody wants to have my tribute?
to clarify, this gar is actually from a different place, not from the Feywild. And if it's been in the Feywild, that means there's something off with it. Because there's typically three things that often happen. This thing either can blink between dimensions, it can possibly give you the same affection as hallucinogenic. For all we know, if you eat it, you get high. And thirdly, there could be a parasite in this thing, and if it's gone from the Feywild and from there, there's a whole lot of problems I'm gonna have to deal with.
But Huskerman got it in good price though!
But what did you give to this Fey?
99C?
Wait, what?
99C!
Huh.
She bought a
Wow.
bar at the 99C store.
Huskerman actually sold this one for so Huskerman got this one for 99 copper pieces.
So, if that's
It's
the
either
case,
that
then...
or is it 99 Electrum?
Okay, if that's the case, then may I at least investigate this guard before you try and do anything else with it?
Fine. But Baba
Thank you.
Lysaga says make sure you eat it fresh!
Okay, if that's gonna be the case, then is it okay if you can just let me out the jar so I can investigate it just clearly from
Yeah.
side to side?
Well, let me put this into the fridge. What now? Let me put this inside
To be
fridge.
fair, it would be funnier if House Gremlin stuffed it in the jar with you.
Please don't. That's a terrible idea.
Huskerman! Good. Where's that to make good idea?
Wait, what? No! Please, no! Why are you like this? Ah!
It's
Ball.
not working! Go down the fish medicine!
It stinks!
Go down the fish medicine!
What?
Consume the fish!
I am not consuming gold! This thing is toxic, it's not cooked right!
Ma! Fine, I'm putting it back in the fridge. And now,
Thank you.
I guess I had to go back and negotiate again.
Although, just because of that, you're not going to see any of the pictures I took at the museum.
Ma! No. And it's not right now.
Alright.
Says, Huskerman needs to go back to the Feywild to get better fish.
Good idea.
I'm gonna... Baba Lysaga says hi!
Did anyone else catch what she just said?
Yeah, she's going back to the Feywild so she can sort out the fish.
No, but who did she say says hi?
Wait,
Hey
who says
guys,
hi?
what did I miss?
The Gremlin tried to kill me with a gar by shoving it in the jar.
Again? This is the second
She
time
did it-
she does this!
Wait, what? This isn't the first time?
Yesterday, well, she kind of made... I looked back into the feedback, Crystal, and it turns out she tried to do the same thing to Steve.
That may make some sense. Also, like, I was literally just going to see how you were doing because I'm a little tired.
You know what? That's fair. Hi, Arashi. No, in fact, I did not get my interview. In fact, the people who are supposed to interview me kind of stood me up.
Boo!
This is the first time I actually got, an interview where the person kind of stood me up.
It so honestly sucks that happened.
Yeah.
Wait, this
You don't
happened to
deserve
you
that.
guys too?
Yep.
Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys, honest.
I mean, who hasn't been stood up for something?
It's never fun when something like that happens, especially when job hunting. But on the bright side, misery loves company.
You know what, yeah. And, I'm just actually, I did the best I could after what happened to take into my partner's Ow! Oh, okay.
Literally, who did that?
Who tossed?
That was
I have a sneaking
unnecessary.
suspicion they meant to press the head pat button.
Ah,
Hey, Wild.
that makes sense.
And thanks for the head pat, Emerald Marine.
What is it?
Can't happen to anyone, Mickey, with a job interview. Well, this is kind of like the first time that, when it comes to looking for a job interview, that I actually got someone who kind of stood, I got an interviewer who kind of stood me up and trying to, that is definitely not okay, cause cause you're trying to look for new workers for your company and bunch, and you did this? Who does that?
So it's kind of a little sad thing to say, but sometimes they do this as a way for them to get a little extra income.
That's
Which makes absolutely no sense.
no.
Yeah. So to clarify, like, it's a bit of a strange process, and I'm gonna expose a little bit of why some of these corporations do this.
Okay.
So they put these job offers out for these positions. So if that's the case, certain banks and such will see this, and for that they would give them additional reimbursement to help with their paying of the workforce and such. And then when they get that money, they say, "You know what? This is just booked now."
So
It happens in some cases.
you mean to tell me that it's basically some hell of a scam?
That
I
is
wouldn't
essentially
do
the
that.
gist of it. They are literally putting out
It's some
fake
business-
ads, but I don't think that's what happened in your case because I
Yeah.
don't think they would have bothered to go through the effort of phoning you for a follow up. I don't know what they did, but
I think
they
they-
fucked up somehow.
I feel like it may have been something on their end. Either they've had other applicants come through, like they've like kind of gone through all of that, or two, they like, I'm guessing like bureaucracy, everything gets lost in the works.
Yeah, oof. Yeah, like I was supposed to be promised a phone interview. Like I scheduled for a phone interview that's supposed to be taking place today at 11, and I spent a good chunk of my time after the Ravenloft game to actually go through questions, as well as to go through questions and try to figure out whether it will be the right answers for the for the said job, so I could actually be accepted. And only to learn that, yeah, this happens, it can be very discouraging. Oh hey, hi, Phil. Hi, Phil. What's good?
Alright. Did I walk in on something heavy?
Well,
Uh,
kinda. I had to be honest with the community that I did not the job interview did not happen. In fact, I waited for them to actually call me back to call me so we can actually do the job interview, only for it to just never happen. I've been stood up.
I know that feeling.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, to be fair, it is incredibly insulting to a job seeker to not follow up on an interview that you have scheduled for them, because in the same way that a business has to put time and effort into finding somebody, a job seeker is constantly putting in time and effort to be that somebody for you. So for you to not show up is frankly a very poor or show of character.
mm-hmm.
I guess it's a bad time to mention I finally got a new job.
Well, congratulations. I truly hope that it did work out for you. Honest.
Yeah. I'm going to be working at a beer distributor.
You know what? That actually sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I really do hope it works out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still also working at the hardware store, but with how little hours they've been giving me, probably not for long.
Okay, so I definitely need to figure out tools. What would be needed for her little pouch there that contains tools of the trade? What could be very needed for okay, clock maker OC.
Pliers, tweezers, magnifying glasses.
And lots of clocks also right next to their person.
Steampunk, yes.
Yes, cause look, who doesn't love steampunk? And I'm going for that Edwardian route when it comes to this character's design.
Nice.
Funny enough, I went down the rabbit hole of YouTube videos of clocks being made, watches being made.
Oh,
They're oddly satisfying.
Yeah. Oh, thank God, I'm not the only one who fell down that rabbit hole.
okay, so let's try to
It is crazy what YouTube will recommend at 2 a.m.
oh yeah, 100%. Let's put in Roman numerals in this one, so okay. Let's try putting in Roman numerals in this because why not? Let's see.
No. Like, given that what's been happening, I'm gonna actually wanna ask this for people then. Who would actually like to see some of the pictures I took when I was at the Natural History Museum?
Oh, cool, yeah, I want to see.
Just drop it there. I'll give it a look a little bit in a moment, okay?
Just a note, there's over 308 photos I took.
Jesus fuck.
You've been busy.
What could I say? The professors let me loose in the museum. What do you think's gonna happen?
That is fair, but it is for research, right? It is for research, right?
This reminds me of a tweet or like a Tumblr post where it said, "When I go to a museum, I can't wait to learn all about the stuff I've never learned before." Also me, gift shop, gift shop, gift shop, gift shop, gift shop. And then
I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even step a foot in the gift shop.
And one of the
Yeah, to be fair, the gift shop was almost the worst part of any museum if you actually have a passion for the history you're into.
Like, given the fact that this is a museum specializing in animals and taxonomy, I was everywhere. I'm pretty sure I actually scared one of my lecturers and impressed them at the same time after showing the gallery.
The comment under that was inside you are two dragons. One wishes to collect knowledge, the other wishes to collect trinkets.
Let's see.
So the interesting question is: should I start with the birds, or should I start with some of the mammals, or go straight into the marine life?
Whatever floats your boat. I'm just trying to I'm just letting you guys have a bit of a ball while I'm also trying my best to balance out the thrones the rings under her head, because this is a throne based OC, so
Ooh.
we're going for something outside of the wheelhouse in terms of designing NPCs.
So you're going for an Asimar type character.
I mean, yeah. The one suggestion I got for this month's NPC creation prompt is an Asimar. So, did the music bork? Golem, replay that. Golem, play music. Thank you.
So, how about we do the first one? Let's start with the death turkeys.
Why are they called death turkeys?
Because they're actually based on the families of emus and cassowaries. So, in layman's or meme terms, death turkey. Also, they had an extinct species as well too in there. Have you ever heard of what a moa is?
Name slightly rings a bell.
Well, here's the skeleton.
Let me actually get that in a moment. Cause I'm trying to design the eyes for this throne. I can see her having tired looking eyes.
Also, the cassowary bird, or as I like to call it, the giant fuck off guinea fowl.
I remember I once caught House Gremlin actually riding on a cassowary as a mount.
Okay, that's funny.
No, it's terrifying.
I mean,
as in riding it like an actual mount, or
an actual
it like
mount,
Monster Hunter.
Like
just to clarify, as I go.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Like an actual, like a little column A, a little column B, but the way how it sounds like shotguns is terrifying.
Unfortunately, I am gonna have to peace out. Sorry, I wasn't here that long.
It's alright, but
That's
thank
all
you for
good.
coming. I hope you actually have a good day.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya. And there's a little bit of ad time, so I'll use this moment to actually look at this. Oh, wow. That actually is okay. But how tall are these guys? Can these cassowaries actually go again?
Cassowaries are they can get up to 4 or 5 feet, like 4 foot.
Yeah, House
And just to
Gremlin.
clarify,
Yeah, I remember
I'm
now.
sorry,
House Gremlin can easily. House Gremlin actually sat easily on the back of that thing.
oh, and just to clarify, the rhea, which is an extinct species, that's like twice my size.
Oh.
Wait, they are extinct?
They're extinct. Well, the
was
moa, the skeleton, the
Yeah.
skeleton, that's the
Yes, I
moa.
was about to say, I'm fairly certain there's a YouTube channel called Urban Rescue Arms that literally has Rhea on the farm where he works.
Yeah, rhea are like a subspecies of ostrich, which also share the same ancestry as cassowaries.
And are incredibly stupid, apparently.
Their
Oh,
necks are
yeah,
so long. Look at
Yeah, I couldn't get his head in.
too long of a neck to be a dodo.
Oh, there was a dodo figure there as well too.
Let's see. Let me also close that for a little bit. But what do you think of this
And then-
design so far?
She's looking very beautiful.
Yeah, but this character is I have a feeling this should I actually commit to the bit where where her throne light where her throne light rings will have gears on them, or nah?
I would say like some slight ones that maybe like they're turning her eyes.
Yeah.
Also, behold. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong picture. Here it is. Behold, my ancestors. Oh, I actually forgot I had 2 other pictures involved too, but it's the third one.
Ah, you're not beating the venison allegations. I'm sorry.
In all honesty, I'm surprised this isn't Steve's trophy room.
It kind of feels like, honey.
Who's to say that it's not?
Oh,
But yeah, that's a variety of deer all over the world.
and moose.
And reindeer. And caribou.
Fuck with the moose. Don't fuck with moose.
Don't fuck with moose unless you're a house gremlin. That
Like, I've seen their heads.
And-
They're crazy. They're massive.
and you're salted.
This is an assault against my rights.
At this point, he's just peppering in complaints. Come on, show us some spice.
I mean, this kind of reminds me so much what happened back in the last of the last session of the Mario campaign. Not in it.
Hey, listen.
Yes, Lord Bluff. Lord Bluff's looking at the cassowaries reminded me of the boss cast from the Tasmanian Tiger. If anyone here knows of that game series. Ah! Oh, I also caught this one now. Besides the new 1999 content coming, Temple has been confirmed by the devs to be non-binary. Oh! Another
Nice.
another NP frame! Zaku now has a buddy!
Non-binary pals.
Ah.
Although, it's kind of funny because that first image is also a Tasmanian tiger.
And it looks like there's gonna be a dice roll, so... Alright. Okay, how we make this thing work. 1 is Dave. 2 is JC. 3 is
Huh?
Cat. 4 is Afton. No, wait, 4 is Steve.
Oh.
5 is Afton. 6, I turn into a plushie and I go into the jar. Ah. So, okay, where is... There you are. Sorry, okay, Afton, you're free to go. I'm sorry, honey. Any last words? Mm. There you go. But hey, look at it. Your hat's now lid.
Yes.
Alright. But yes, I am currently designing the new NPC for TTRPGs, and yeah, she's gonna be a clockmaker, one that actually is more of a throne-based ASMR instead of an angel-based ASMR. I hope that does fall under the belt when it comes to other celestials.
I mean, thrones are certainly celestials. Whether or not they can translate into ASMR types, I don't know, but I don't see anything that says no.
I mean,
Yeah, there's nothing.
I tried my best to make this thing, I tried my best to make sure that she looks, something like this. But what do you think?
I'd look, but I'm currently on the road.
Should I...
Like, is it okay if I could possibly, like, toss, like, a hat in the ring?
Sure,
Or a hat
sure.
left onto the shelf?
What do you got?
So, like, if I'm not mistaken, typical ASMR are always humanoid. But what's
Mhm.
interesting is that they never, in particular, they never talk about, like, if there's any specific rankings for them all. So in a way, they could theoretically be any kind of angel. But the interesting part that you need to also think of as well, too, is, well, would these traits show up when they're doing their ASMR abilities? Or would they be naturally occurring, which you would see all the time, much like in this case?
You do raise a good argument.
So, theoretically, like, she may look normal, like, very humanoid-esque, but when she's, like, either fighting or showing off her abilities, her eyes, the gears, start to appear and essentially cover her eyes, making the multiple eyes that she sees now all over the place.
I think I'll also give this one a bit of the Gibson hairstyle, if you will.
The Gibson.
Now, for those who are not, the non-initiative, there's this thing that is called the Gibson girl that is that is apparent in back in the Edwardian era, if you will. She has she is well known to have an incredibly thin waist, and she has and her long hair has been tied up like that of a bun. There's a different rendition when it comes. Now, I know for sure, I would know this for sure because one of the twins from BioShock Infinite actually sports this particular hairstyle.
Ah.
Let me-
Tessa's.
Let me
Like this one?
hear, right here. Does this make it a little bit more sense?
Ah, that does.
I remember the test twins.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, isn't the Latesse twins? Aren't they the ones that always do the coin toss?
They are, and
But-
no further
Yes.
spoilers since my Bible tends to play that.
Ah, okay. I literally know nothing about Bioshock Infinite because that's the only thing I kind of remember from that game.
Okay, maybe do it. Okay, maybe the idea of giving her a Gibson girl bun is not working in this one, considering the fact that the thrones is the rings are basically blocking that the hair bun. So we're
I
gonna
would
have
imagine she would have very short hair, actually, because if she didn't, those rings from the throne would probably cut it. Or burn it.
or we could just give her a low French hair bun that is down here.
There you go.
Mhm. Okay. Now we just need to find a clock. Now we just need to get some clockmaker pieces. Okay, we're just gonna give her some clock paraphernalias that is on her person, like a little pocket watch, some tools that is right there by the trade. Cause we are floating in the seat of our pants for this one. Okay.
The other question that I would also like to ask as well too is, I was kind of looking at some of the thrones and I'm pretty sure some of them also have wings as well too. So the question you should also ask is, would she also have wings, or would she have like other wheels on her body somewhere else?
That would depend on the style of Asmar she may be.
Okay, let's see. You're not entirely wrong, so, Man, I am trying my best to find references for clockmaker, OCs, but... Oh, the AI art is not doing me any favors.
Where is it?
I mean, if we're going based off of Storage ASMR, you don't really need to worry about wings, since it's just essentially you're hot to be around and you do radiant damage to anyone within your range.
Pretty much.
But
But
if
this
you're a protector, you then get the fly speed and we can do interesting things.
But this is more of an NPC. One where people can actually make use of this for their TTRPGs. Oh, I think I got one for a reference. This one is from ArtStation, so that's a reliable source.
There you go.
Let's see.
I mean, if you want to, if I may, like, deviate a little bit from the throne idea, if we're going with a flying Asmar,
Yeah?
you could essentially, the thing about a throne are the gears, the wheels, right?
Uh-huh.
What if we took a page out of Chinese mythology putting some gears under her feet like Neja.
Ooh.
Well, how's that gonna work, considering the fact that she has an Edwardian-style attire?
That just say, yeah, that would be kind of like inconsistent, like thematic.
True.
But
True.
Okay, but what do you think of this one?
that's good.
And she is, and it feels a little bit different in it, not making a character that's not as busty like how I usually do with my, with how I design my characters.
Well, let me ask
Yeah.
you.
Try not to add an hourglass figure challenge. Difficulty impossible.
Wait a minute. Before we go anywhere else.
Yes.
Before we do anything else, so Mickey,
Clap when it walk.
What up? What up?
blink twice if you need help.
I'm fine. What are you talking about?
What?
You have
Wait,
you have given us specific instructions that in the event of you never making a character with either big boobs or large thighs, that we should ask to see if you are fine.
I think you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that, Afton.
Are you a
Is someone
changeling and or doppelganger?
Yes, that question.
Then ask me a question that I know then.
Okay.
Okay,
when
then.
we get together. What's our anniversary?
Okay, on the 23rd of February.
What was part of the care package that I sent your way?
A,
The main thing, because of the fact that you were having such a rough time.
a pair of dog tags.
Okay. Here's a question
Check
that only the real. Here's a question that only Mickey would know.
Okay.
Name. What was the main reason? What actually happened after I gave you my reference sheet for the Palace of Plushies? What happened after that?
Lots of people keep calling it venison.
Well, they're half right.
Glasses.
Yeah. Okay. One other thing. You see this in my hand right now? This is cold iron. I would like you to hold on to it.
Wait,
Alright.
what did Jester Dragon set for? Shit!
There it
Okay.
is!
Yeah, that's her. That's
Alright.
her.
Ah!
Yeah, it's real. It's a.
That
Yeah, that's
guy.
And now,
I'm going
wait,
to I'm going
I-
to step out for now so I can have dinner.
All right,
Alright,
consume
yeah.
and see you later. Thank you for coming.
And
Alright, bye-bye.
Yeah, take care, guys.
okay. And one other thing that we know is going on because I kind of know what's possibly going through our mind right now.
Yeah. Fuck! Shit! Okay. All right. Well, what do you think of this one?
She's looking good.
Well, I tried my best to make sure she fits the description of clockmaker. And making her a little bit on the Edwardian side / steampunk. Well, to be fair, steampunk did the era that birthed steampunk is around the late Victorian and Edwardian era, if you will. So, if we actually go and it would not make sense if I try slapping goggles right where she might be in it. How is that gonna work?
I feel like the point on the like, angelic powers possibly coming up like with the eyes. Maybe she has like a normal set of eyes underneath the throne of eyes, and she uses them for whenever she has to weld things. Either that, or she has made specialized lenses that go around her eyes, and they only go in like contacts.
Hang on. Well, what if the rings are like her regular natural eyes before she became a seraphim, but her actual eyes are like, I don't know, like, you know, black eye, not, fucking just special eyes.
We're throwing
My brain. I'm sorry.
our brains are trying at their hardest to make this thing work, innit?
Oh, God.
Yeah, like we're actually putting in some thought on this.
Wait,
I'm trying to,
what if we
I'm trying
actually
my
put it-
best.
I know it sounds really offlandish, but What if we try giving her a prosthetic arm?
Okay.
Yo,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait. Even better.
Yo.
Yes?
Alright,
She could
wait,
have-
wait.
She could
Gotta
actually
let her
have.
cook.
an
Hey,
extra
let her
one.
cook. Let her cook. Sorry. Let her cook with this idea.
Mhm.
Prosthetic arm,
Mm-hmm.
but made specifically for clock / watchmaking, like to get really into like the little
Oh,
gears
like
and stuff.
Like a clockwork one.
Yeah.
Like- I was actually thinking along those lines, but instead of it being a prosthetic, it would actually be a mechanical arm, a clockwork mechanical arm she has on the side, so she holds, she can use both her normal hands naturally.
Sort of like Jace.
Okay.
Not Jace. More of like a Victor thing, but still, yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
Victor.
So
Yeah, Victor.
okay, what do you think of this one so far? Like her finger is extending to where the clock should be to fix it.
Hmm.
No?
Yeah, to tighten up.
could you-
You know
Could
what?
you zoom in a bit more? Because like I'm kind of looking at the positioning of the screws on this.
It just kind of, it just kind of looks like she's holding. Because if we really want to commit to the idea of like her having a prosthetic, or at least like a clockwork mechanical arm, you could probably do like I don't know, like just have like the finger itself like extend, not in a cartoonishy way, but also like in a way that it's like try to find a good example, like a
Well-
piston or
Well, I tried making that thing work, and it's a little, and it nah, it's not working. It'll be like a screwdriver that's right here, but she'll have a mechanical arm. That's that'll be right over there in this arm here. It may not be very detailed like most people would do it, but it is mine. I did the best I could with that one.
fair. That's fair. At least you tried.
Ba-da-ba-da. What
Okay,
is that?
so we're gonna start finagling the canvas. I hope I did make the skirt long enough for her, considering the fact that Edwardian skirts and dresses usually are a little bit above are usually floor length, or they could just be a bit above the ankle there, but most of the time they would actually wear long boots so they could actually cover up most of their feet
Yeah.
because les gas, the concept of an ankle is very scandalous at the time.
Yeah. A skirt up to the thigh. Oh, what is? No. Oh,
Technically
what is this
speaking,
tomfoolery?
the rule about that whole thing, because, well, British, they technically had like long boots for this, so their ankles are never revealed. The only time they ever were is when they had to unbuckle all of the buttons on their boots.
Which is tedious. I am so grateful I got shoes that doesn't have that feature. Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
as promised,
Hi.
come here.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't like being stood up.
No, it's a bad feeling.
Oh shit! I just realized you were supposed to have the interview. I'm so sorry.
Huh?
No. I just realized you were meant to have like a phone call appointment, but I'm sorry it didn't go through.
That's okay. I was actually surprised of. Huh? Hi. I was actually surprised that I got full. The chat in the community is so understanding to a point that they actually gave me a bit of a hype train earlier.
Bless you guys.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout outs to you, chat.
And yes, this character has... It's still a rarity, isn't it? To design a character that is, absolutely... Modest. So modest. Like, where them pups? Where'd the hips go?
Hang on, I know a way to
Where's,
tell apart
it
if
looks
there's a changeling.
unnatural to you. It doesn't feel
It's
right.
like an aberration.
It's something that like anyone else could do, but
Oh!
Yep, it's her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We need to confirm. We need to
Alright,
just confirm
thank
things.
God.
Okay, but...
I can tell it's her. She tastes the same.
Tastes the same. Okay, alright. You know what? That's good that it's good that her flesh tastes the same. The other
Not
ones-
on stream, good sir.
What? You gotta get some revenge? Come here. Come on if you think you're hard enough.
Aww. This is fucking wholesome right here.
Yes.
This is just fucking wholesome.
Can I help you?
So good.
God,
Curse these genie pants!
Got a higher AC than you.
Well, it's either fucking or wholesome at this point, just not sure which.
skill issue.
That's perfect for good. That's brilliant.
Tight jeans. Wait, you gotta let them breathe, Steve. You gotta let them breathe sometimes.
He said let them breathe.
You gotta let them breathe.
In time.
Alright? In
Alright.
time.
Okay.
I need some ibuprofen. My head's pounding.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm fine. It was just the drive was stop and go a lot.
I
So it's not quite motion sickness, but I'm getting the starting symptoms.
can only imagine. Go get go take some time to take care of that.
There we go. Now they're breathing.
Okay, good.
Thank God. Let those nuts breathe, King.
Okay, so alright. I think this will okay, I am hoping that this actually works out because I've never done something like this before. Designing a throne character, so this is an interesting change of pace. Let's also increase the canvas on this. Okay. No, that's too small. That's kind of passable. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Nothing too revealing, otherwise it would be... Oh my goodness gracious. A woman revealing that much skin? Oh, what is this newfangled nonsense that the world is coming to?
I think I may
Be
have...
not afraid. She's revealing her ankle. Be more afraid.
Yes, just to say this right now, that was a weird time for people. A a good time for progression and exploration, just terrible for everything else.
It kind of does, isn't it? I mean, I think I should definitely take into consideration when it comes to how the people actually are when it comes to blood and ichor, because it does take place in an era that is a hodgepodge mix between late Victorian and early Edwardian, if you will. Although it's still gonna contain some fantasy elements, especially when it comes to the case of Anissa, because, well, okay, I'm not. Let me actually bring this thing kind of back. Have you seen the way I designed Anissa?
Oh, I have a rough idea. I haven't seen that drawing in ages, but I have a rough idea.
Wait, where is it? Oh, right. The material I was thinking of was back in my laptop and not in this PC. You know what? No, this can be fixed.
So, what is this that you're evolving with Nessa? Because every time you bring up Nessa, like, there's always something new that we know about her.
Well, this rendition is, her name goes by Anissa, not Vanessa. And, for Blood and Ichor, instead, she is a orphaned woman who, had led a hard life. And it was only and yet she never really had a chance to actually live in it. It wasn't until she actually encounters Fergus and that an encounter kind of forced who they are to each other in that point. And here we go. This is Anissa for this story. And and there's something a little bit interesting for this one. Anissa for this story, it turns out that she is not a human woman, but she is in fact half fae. Therefore, her blood is actually rich in a component that hasn't been seen in a long while, ichor. Because fae blood actually contains this precious little element that is ichor. If a vampire actually tastes the ichor, it actually is the most how do I describe this? It is the most potent and powerful thing that courts their lips, but there is a chaotic element to that, and that is that it is so addictive to a point that a vampire will not really control themselves when they actually drain a person dry of that said blood. And so, in that story of Blood and Ichor, after what happened with that said encounter, Fergus and Anissa did make an agreement. He will do his best to protect Anissa from the vampire encounters that are happening, that's wreaking havoc into Elysian Bay. In exchange, that every now and then she has to provide a pint of her blood to Fergus. Okay, thoughts, questions, death threats?
Yes. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Okay.
Like, if you're thinking that Fey blood, when it comes to vampires, makes them go crazy, I mean, actually that would make some sense, given that, in a way, they are the byproduct of wanting to become immortal, and given how some vampires require blood to remain immortal, this would make them essentially think that anyone with Fey blood are essentially a delicacy and a must-have for you to continue on their lifespan.
It's not just that. In my story of Blood and Ichor, it's a vampire story, but I decided to go for something a little bit different outside of the wheelhouse of vampire stories. That I like to challenge the idea that vampires are actually the result of Fey magic that went really wrong, because a particular court of Fey tried to answer the one taboo question: what happens when one dies? Or what happens? Yep. So, in order to achieve this, they tried to experiment, and they tried to create new magic that how do I actually describe this? They had achieved in creating a powerful curse, one that actually wiped out the entirety of this said court, only for them to actually come back as the first generation of vampires. But in their blood frenzy, they kind of attacked humans and Fae alike. And Fae, who are actually caught in the middle, are basically got themselves in the short end of the stick when it comes to humans and vampires, because of the paranoia that time period, which I call the Age of Blood. So much so that they had to go under hiding, so they will not go through an entire wipe out. It wasn't until the church and the Abbey of the Silver Archer found a way to actually start getting stronger against the vampires, and so they actually pushed the vampires back, killed off a good chunk of them, where the survivors actually go into hiding as well. I'll bet with some stragglers who are just normal vampires that, well, basically just go feeding every now and then. But that's when the Inquisition faction, the Iron Hunt, actually comes into mind.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What?
Oh, that also reminds me, we haven't done the full discussion about how we would do Firenthropes.
The what?
Oh, I remember on the previous stream where you mentioned this, you were bringing on the idea of bringing in the concept draft for werewolves or fire and throws, like the general placement of those.
Oh,
And
right. Because
like,
my friend Savage and Rat also did brought this up that do werewolves also exist in Blood and Ichor? And I told him, and I genuinely told him, I'm on the fence, considering the fact that werewolves has their own hodgepodge of lore that comes with it, and and the lore of werewolves also comes with different kinds of sources that I have to research upon.
So you just don't want to do the extra work, basically.
Look, I already have enough to worry about when it comes to different kinds of fae and the vampire lore that as we speak. I'm just grateful that when it comes to vampire lore, some of that could also be interchanged by fae weaknesses, if you will. Cause I like the idea. I know when it comes to media, you would actually have people who try to ward vampires away when it comes to the crucifix. In this world rendition, instead of a crucifix, it's the iron arrow that the people of the church or followers of the church carry on their necks. Hence what no, this is not what I was looking for. Hence what Anissa was actually wearing for her drawing piece. Hell, it's even the one that Fergus is also wearing in his drawing piece.
Yeah.
Okay, where is it? Okay.
and
Yes?
then you brought up the interesting question about like if fire and throws will exist, and I'm pretty sure we both kind of like. I kind of gave like a draft idea for strengths and weaknesses, but I don't think we expanded upon that.
Yeah?
Did you? So I'm actually going to list them down. That the ideas that we had for like strengths and weaknesses. If you'd like me to just say them out loud.
Go nuts.
Go nuts.
Okay.
And CJ, hi! Welcome into the Paper Plane Inn. Thank you for coming.
So for their strength, so like strengths and weaknesses.
Listen.
So.
Oh, I already said hi to CJ. I guess it must have took a while for it to reach there.
No good. So for the distinct strengths and weaknesses, they would have an instinct type of trigger to transform. They will regain most of their sanity, but lose it when transforming. But on rare occasions, their memory will remain constant. So there would be like specific things that will stop them in their rampage. And they would have a specific weakness to silver metal and alloy. So if there was a particular alloy made with the iron arrow, it would actually stop them.
I know that when it comes to the iron arrow, it's made by a component that actually hurts both the vampires and fae. Your voice kind of reminds me of Christina V. Wait, really? Does it really does it really sound that similar? I didn't notice. Okay, so silver is something I should kind of consider. I mean, it is a universal weakness, werewolf weakness. Well, at least after the time period when it comes to the movies, but the movie blockbusters after the early 1900s.
Yeah, so around the turn of the century.
I know that when it comes to Red's video about werewolves themselves, it would go a little bit. There are werewolf lores that actually go a little bit much more farther than that. It's only a matter of researching. I've yet to actually watch significant movies that where they do the werewolf trope a little bit differently. I mean, such as the one movie called Wolfwalkers, where it combines 3 elements of werewolf lore, and werewolves actually change, and the werewolves there actually achieve their wolf forms when they actually go to sleep. So yeah, I mean, I get why you want to sidestep the werewolf lore deep dive. Depending on where you are pulling from, they could be as old as the age of cinema or as old as the kings of Lycaon. This is true. And it's why I'm actually so hesitant. Because I know werewolf lore is tricky.
Plus, there's so many variants and different mythos that have them. Like, for example, the animal bride, like Silkies. You've got things like the Kelpies. You've got the quote-unquote werewolves of... There was even, like, apparently a sect of werewolves that helped certain churches as well, too.
Yeah?
Let me see if I can find it. So, I mean, it's a possible thing that you could add into the draft, but...
I mean, I did keep in the horseman element when it comes to the Inquisition Force, which my friends did rename them as the Iron Hunt, and they did say that maybe hounds, and they did say that I think maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I could actually put in the element of werewolves where they are where they are part of the witch like each faction of the each unit of the Inquisition Force will only have one werewolf, if you will.
Yeah, here it is. I found it. They're known as the Faes of Keltenbrom.
Okay.
Or the Faes. They're also referred to as the Lalovan werewolf. Specifically, he claimed that he was the Hound of God. And so he claimed that he was a werewolf himself, and that he ventured into hell with other werewolves to do battle with the devil and his witches.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, the judges deemed him guilty though for trying to claim that he trying to turn people away from Christianity, and was sentenced to, well, unfortunately, flogged and exiled.
Ow!
Yeah, imagine being a fucking hater.
Like, in a way, like, I feel like it's more the fact, really, that that type of time, they really just did not like the fact that, one, he was claiming to be a werewolf and actively trying to do such a thing, and they hate the fact that he may have possibly tried to spread the disease and then expose them to, well, the hells.
That does
Imagine...
that does not make a lick of sense, though, innit?
Yeah.
What do you expect? It's just that.
Yeah.
There's also the Guru mentioned from Hunter the Parenting. I've also considered looking into the Werewolf the Apocalypse in order to give me some semblance of ideas, because look, I've already have enough as is in my plate when it comes to researching for Blood and Ichor. It's vampire lore, that's a little bit slightly easier compared to looking up Fey lore, looking up Edwardian and Lake Victorian history at the time, so I could have slightly some pinches of accuracy, despite it has some fantastical roots in there. And also consider nailing down how many species of Fey, that in order to make my job slightly easier. Okay. And I think I have an idea on how many species that currently exist when it comes to Blood and Ichor. Because of so much chaos that happened in the Age of Blood, and how this variant of vampires, which I'll call them the Lidlam Sheed, if you will, kind of actually dwindled down the face species to just 6-ish in total. And the current existing Fae are you got sprites, you got sprites, you got satyrs, you got merfolk, you also got bogans, you also got redcaps, I think. No, trolls. Yes, you also got trolls, and lastly, you got the Sheed, which my rendition of making a beautiful elven-like race, but they have the ability to also sprout large butterfly wings. and compared to a sprite, which they're actually really tiny. Let's see. I want vampires, and then there's Dal from Undertale Yellow. Oh, neat.
Like, it is kind of interesting because how would those Fae feel against people like the Iron Arrow? Like, would they be considered allies or kind of like a mutual, like, association with trying to stop this?
To be honest, if I was in an organization that almost was solely responsible for wiping out or at least causing borderline genocide, I'd be sort of hesitant if they wanted to come to me for help. I'm like, yeah, sure, you almost wiped out the entire Fae population, but like, you're asking me for help? You're asking the church for help for something? That's pretty bold.
Well, it's not just early era of the church, but most of the time it's made by the paranoid mistakes of the average man, if you will.
That's true.
Because yeah, the Age of Blood really did brought in a lot of chaos at that time. So, thoughts, questions, death threats?
No, I'm good.
Like, so I'm guessing they would kind of be a bit like an uneasy ally.
They would be a little bit an uneasy ally, considering the fact they haven't. Well, they had to go under hiding from the chaos for the past hundreds of years. Like, to put this in a time frame period to help things understand just a little bit, imagine the Fae went hiding from possibly middle to late middle age, and then they slowly make their comeback around the late Victorian / Edwardian era. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, I mean, because at that point, the heat would have died down.
Oh yeah, 100%. No one has actually seen proper Fae for the past hundreds and hundreds of years. And there was a point that I did kind of consider that there are steampunk elements, but it's more of an accent piece, if you will. That given the fact that magic is basically almost extinct at this point, the progression of man has to be made apparent.
Yeah. So, like, imagine walking down the street and you just happen to see a Fae, and some guy's like, what is that? Do my eyes deceive me? Is that, what is this? That can't be magic. That cannot be magic, right? That cannot be magic at all.
I said it's called enlightened science, points gun.
Balderdash. Whenever I see magic, I know that it's magic. My great-grandpappy told me so about the time of magic.
So you're openly admitting to being related to warlocks, points another guy.
Now, gentlemen, let's not come to a disagreement.
You're the filthy heretic here.
How dare you compare our glorious technology to your witchcraft? Points another gun.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a fucking stand on the streets.
How dare you imply that witchcraft is real? Points original gun and guy with next gun.
So there's gonna be a shootout in the fucking streets. All because of some minor disagreement.
Yes, but coming back to
my brother in Christ, how do you think the Imperium works?
Yeah,
my
like
brother of the
literally.
arrow. My brother of the arrow. That is heresy that you're blabbering.
How dare you say such things of heresy to me, heretic?
But coming back to
the premise is so much fun when you consider the fact that hundreds of years have passed, and only like a select few in society only remember stories of magic, but actually seeing it like happen, it's like, it's true. It's true. It's magic. Magic does exist. But like, it's kind of crazy because otherwise people would just call you like insane or like old or senile. Which at that point, probably like a bunch of like the only people that will remember is like old people who were told stories of magic when they were children.
Pretty much.
Another thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. Go on.
It's a slightly different topic, but yeah, coming back to the whole turn of the century thing, the one thing that particularly intrigues me about it, having learned some stuff about it, can be basically summarized in the following sentence: black powder machine gun.
That's just an old-fashioned Gatling gun, then, isn't it?
No, it's literally a Maxim gun with black powder ammunition. I shit you not, this was something that I heard about during one of my travels to one of the battlefields of the Anglo-Boer War.
I mean, is this really true?
Yeah, so there was an engagement. I forget exactly where it was. It was along one of the major rivers near the town of Ladysmith. But
yeah, could someone in chat like double check on that?
Basically, the story goes that they basically had a light artillery unit with 2 machine guns, one with smokeless powder and one with black powder that were used in this engagement.
Let's see. Oh, LD Duster and Jexo's Dragon said, Jexo's just disagreement. This is a mere argument. Points with bigger gun. And LD Duster just said, they're
At
just
this
running
point,
around and
you
getting.
just bring your whole massive fucking buckshot to a gun, to a duel.
Dueling.
Imagine like you agree to a gentleman's duel and you expect your opponent to whip out the same pistol, but no, they just pull out a massive buckshot and just fucking spray you.
No, you show up with a revolver and the other gentleman arrives with a literal elephant gun.
Oh yeah, the elephant gun.
Jesus Christ. Overkill.
Yeah, like, just to qualify, like, just a note for people, the height of an elephant is really tough, so they literally had to make, what was the size bullet again?
700 Nitro Express.
Yeah. That they had to use that, so it was apparently a smoothbore, it was either like a smoothbore round, and it was literally designed to take down elephants.
Oh, we're now in ad break, so there we go.
Yeah.
Whew.
Although, if I ever have one, do you know I'm just gonna name it?
Huh?
In the room.
Are you just gonna call it
Oh dear.
Dumbo? Because that's
No,
probably the
I'm
same
calling
gun that will fucking kill it.
No, I'm just gonna call it in the room.
What?
In
So
the
in
room.
case yeah. So in the event of me getting really annoyed, I'm just like, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, and I immediately point to it.
And you just pull out the fucking thing.
Okay, she is slowly coming together, but I'm actually grateful that we actually had this kind of conversation of brainstorming and the like.
It's been good fun.
I mean, I know when it comes to looking up in history, my interest in researching history is different. I know you, Dave, Steve, both of you have a love for history when it comes to guns and warfare. Mine just happens to land a little bit more into fashion, the society, when it comes to the Victorian and Edwardian era.
Yeah, you care about the looks and the aesthetics, while as Steve and Dave's case, they're like, haha, Gatling gun go bird.
America go.
The turn of the century.
Go bird.
Still, what I find really ironic is that even with all this firepower, y'all still can't take on emus.
Yeah, you know what? That's a funny you should bring that up. I just need to remind everyone. I need to remind the chat that the emu wars was an actual fucking thing that happened.
Yeah,
I kid
it
you
was.
not.
that according to the soldiers, they say that these things were so fast they ran in hit and run tactics, and their feathers were bulletproof.
Yeah.
No, they're just stupid and fluffy birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say
Now
that.
they are, but
before
like
you
imagine
even
no, but imagine a fucking battlefield like just being deployed. Like you join the army, like oh, I'm finally gonna go to Gallipoli, or like you know, I was gonna go to Gallipoli, I missed my chance, but no, you have to go into like fucking what is it,
Australia.
Ballarat, goddamn Ballarat, or what is it, fucking Uluru, only to see like a giant fucking like a
Bird.
thing that you barely understand just come at you, hoping to like charge at you, but like it was a fake out.
What? I just still find it flabbergasted that the Emu War is an actual thing. A legit. I thought it was a joke. I thought it really isn't. I really thought it was a joke.
Oh no! Oh no!
Also,
it was a
it
real,
doesn't
it was a
stop
real
there.
thing that happened. Yes.
It doesn't stop
After,
there. There
yes.
were others.
Yeah.
There was more than one Emu War.
Yeah.
I legit thought it was a joke.
Wait, there's actually another one as well too.
Again?
Yeah.
No, with a different. I'm trying to remember what it was. There was the Emu War, and then there was another declaration of war.
Yeah. The second attempt was on the 12th of November.
Oh, I found it. We have the Buffalo War, the Battle of Remery Island, which was them literally trying to fight over 2,000-pound crocodiles. Wait, we also have the Beaver Wars.
Uh-huh.
And then there was the Roman soldiers of the Battle of Zama, which of course used war elephants. The Australian Mouse Plague. And of course, the most famous soldier of them all, the best soldier of the Battle of Monte Cassino.
What the fuck is going on down under?
Oh no, that's
yes.
not just all over the place.
That's all I can say. Yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the bear was Polish, actually.
Yeah, right here, Wojciech, the Syrian brown bear, who was actually promoted as was he a corporal?
He was, as far as I recall, he was participating in a Polish artillery unit.
Oh my goodness, yes, he is a corporal.
As an ammo bearer. He was literally lugging shells and being paid in cigarettes by his Polish comrades.
No, he was also fed on a diet of honey, cigarettes, and beer.
I'm sorry, that actually legitimately exists. This is all true.
The champions. Yeah. The average fucking diet.
Like,
of
if you want to know what happened to him, he actually spent his retirement in a British zoo until he died in 1962 of peaceful causes.
Huh.
Like, he essentially was a hero.
Ollie Duster just said ammo bearer.
Ammo bearer. Or you know what? Consider that he had the right to bear arms.
But yeah, like, in all honesty, it's really hilarious how often humans and animals wage war on each other. Like, I'm pretty sure in Florida right now, there is a suburbs who is currently at war with capybaras.
Why would you want to be... Capybaras
Okay,
are cool little guys. Why would you want to start a fight with them?
Oh no, they're the ones who instigate. They were the ones...
What? Oh, okay, never mind. I guess...
I'm sorry?
How does a capybara instigate a fight, instigate war?
Okay, so the main reason was is because the suburbs that was built on was actually their habitat, was actually their national habitat. And because of that, they've actively been destroying things and causing all sorts of... They basically became nuisances to the neighborhood,
in other words,
even though
humans
the
were stupid
land...
and invaded somewhere where they're not supposed to be and ended up getting bitten in the ass because of it.
Yeah, they're still at war.
What?
This
happened like back in 2021. It's still going.
What? Still ongoing. I know. But that's fucking Florida for you.
I'm not surprised it is from Florida, because what the hell's going on in Florida?
a lot of questionable things that no one will speak about the moment they wake up and leave the state.
Oh, you know what? That is kind of fair. That is absolutely fair.
Also, I'm gonna say this right now. I've seen a capybara in person. They are so sweet.
I know.
Can you
They're
imagine?
so chill guys.
Can you imagine if you're a wizard and you summon that as your familiar?
No, even better. Your druid turned into a capybara.
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
And then the DM says, "Is at this point that a pack of wolves comes over the hill."
No!
And then, it wouldn't be a pack of wolves if we're being accurate about this. It'd be a jaguar.
No, what's really funny though is that capybaras seem to like. I think there's an actual phenomenon with them. Here it is. They are passive. They spawn in. Here it is. Shy. So the reason they don't exhibit as many paranoid behaviors as certain prey species are, but they are quite shy.
Ooh, thanks for the care package. I just did the stretch. Now I'm gonna hydrate.
I think the only time I've
hydrate
ever
is a
seen
goated combo.
aggressive capybaras is usually when it's mating season and the males are asserting dominance.
Okay, so here it is. Yeah, just to clarify, capybaras, while generally peaceful herbivores, they face predation of various animals in South American habitats, including jaguars, anacondas, caimans, harpy eagles, and, well, sadly, even humans. But apparently, most of these they just chill about with them. They actually get along quite well because they just live in the same habitats as them.
Exactly.
So what?
They're
So
so chill guys.
yeah. So the main reason why you would often be so perplexed to see a capybara hanging out with a whole bunch of these giant caimans and such is because they're always a part of the same thing. So they're so used to seeing each other, so they won't often fight each other like the moment they instantly see each other.
It's kind of like one of those cases like, hello, Jerry. Hello,
Hey, Ron. Hey, Billy. That hurt? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that fucking video. I love that video so much.
The one where he just falls out the roof. So casual.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I wonder, has Pokemon ever made a Pokemon? Has Pokemon ever made a Pokemon based on a capybara yet, or am I mistaken?
I will take a look on this.
Okay.
Oh, God. I hope they're sitting on a gold mine of ideas. If the Pokemon Company needs to be good again, they need to lock in on some really sick ideas, like have a region based in Australia for reasons that I will obviously...
do that and make it a survival game.
Oh God.
Oh yes.
I'll make it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Wait. Make it like the Legends. Make it a Legends, like not just a mainline Pokemon game. Make it like Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yes. Although, sad to say this, but there isn't any official capybara Pokemon.
Yet.
But
Exactly.
there has been a lot of Pokemon concepts.
See.
But I
will.
Oh, sorry.
Apparently, this is actually interesting. Apparently, Sandshrew and such, though they may be based on armadillos, there's a possibility that they may have actually been based on pangolins.
I mean, yeah, I can see it. Maybe we actually should bring it up and actually let chat also see this themselves.
Oh yeah, I actually have a comparison photo right here.
Thank you.
So this is Sandshrew, and this right here is actually I'm actually trying to remember what specific species this is, because it's also kind of ironic given the fact I was literally taking pictures of some of the pangolin specimens.
I mean, yeah, I can kind of see it. Like the the Sandshrew is based on the pangolin, and the Sandslash is based on a hedgehog. Kind of an interesting way of how it evolves, though.
I was actually going to say they may be involved more about the giant black pangolin. Hold on, let me find it.
Also, I'm going to post something in DVJ. I imagine you would want something like this for an Australian version of Pokemon, except Australian.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But
Yeah.
But I will say this: if there's an equivalent of the Pokemon equivalent of Vegemite, oh no.
Wait, what's Vegemite again?
Think Marmite?
Oh, that.
To be honest, my ex did actually say Vegemite, give Vegemite a try when he, should I ever visit him once upon a time. And I've actually heard that, Vegemite is, how do I actually describe this?
It is.
Awful.
It is the staple of our country, and you better choose your words very carefully.
Here it is.
I'm kidding. I don't actually like. I think it's alright. Like Vegemite's alright.
Alright, I found it. The giant pangolin.
The giant
Definitely got those claws.
It's a big. Oh, that's a big boy. That's a big boy.
All right, let me take a gander in this one real fast.
He's a big boy.
Oh!
He's just a big boy.
That's like up to the size of my knee.
How tall are you again?
I'm 5'8".
Yeah, he's just a big boy.
And then there's, of course,
just a big
and
boy.
in order, on the very left we've got, I don't seem to have a description for that one. Then we also have the Chinese pangolin, the ground pangolin, long-tailed pangolin, and the one on the shelf is a sunder pangolin.
Hmm. I never actually heard of pangolins before until,
Where do you think the pangolin sword came from, hun?
Alright, fair enough.
It's also kind of sad to say, but there were multiple theories saying that the pangolin were the response to COVID-19 as well. But it's also kind of sad to say that they're also one of the biggest victims of the Chinese pet of smuggling.
Yeah,
like the
that
smuggling.
sucks. But how would you look at this little guy? Why would you like consider smuggling him? I mean, he's a sweet little guy. He's just a sweet little guy with his little hands. I just love how most pangolins have like their claws together, like they're like he looks so polite. It's so cute. I don't know how to describe it without brain.
Here it is. They're often used for traditional medicines and remedies, and even delicacies.
God damn it!
Oh,
And sadly, every single time.
Every time. But just to segue that, would they use Fey magic for medicine in Blood and Ichor?
Oh, absolutely.
Good question.
I mean,
They use hearts.
to be fair, when Steve and I were visiting this one pharmacy museum back in New Orleans, I did as best I could to capture as much notes and take lots of pictures for the sake of research because, look, a pharmacy is, because it's my past history when it comes to the medicine field,
Yeah.
it really does tick the boxes when it comes to research and how, people operate back in the time. And plus, since this museum does fall under Victorian and late Edwardian, I might as well grab what I can. And I did actually learn a thing or two when it comes to that museum, such as that let me just go open up my notes. That such as when I actually learned that hypodermic needles back in the time were actually made out of lead, and that is gonna be very unfortunate.
Oh yeah. Lead poisoning.
And heroin was supposed to be meant to be a medicine.
Don't forget cocaine.
Hero's medicine.
That's it.
And originally it was something called hero medicine. Then they wanted to advertise it to ladies. Like, oh, okay, we'll call it heroin.
Yeah.
And mercury has been also tried to be used for medicine attempt, and we all know in our modern period how that kind of ends so well. And
yeah,
You get so fucked up on it.
yeah. Although there was actually an interesting thing about lead as well.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, it sounds like a really weird tangent when it comes to the other uses of lead. Do you know when they use it as like a powder to cut to like make them look younger or brighter in the face?
Oh
Like,
dear.
I did
do you
remember.
know?
Oh, sorry. You continue.
No, sorry, carry on. No, you go first.
I did remember. The curator did mention something like that.
Do you know why they would do that?
Is it because they want to make their skin look bright? Is it because of how colonialism kind of played the fact how people tried to lighten up their skin to make it similar, to make themselves look similar to the colonialists back then?
Originally, it was actually used to hide certain markings from a specific illness. During that time.
Markings? What kind of specific illness does it result when it comes to markings?
No, syphilis.
Oh, right.
Of
Yeah.
course. Fucking syphilis.
And then eventually it became more of a fashion statement until people found out that.
Jesus
then,
Christ.
Yeah, then it became a fashion statement, and then when they realized the lead was causing them to go crazy, well, we all know how the end of that is.
Yeah.
It's like absolutely insane what can occur over time with certain remedies and such.
Oh, Lord Bluff actually brought up this old fact. Coke used to be made out of cocaine and was part of the pharmacy soda shop part as an easy way to give medicine. Forget that Pepsi is originally was made to of medical wise. This is also true. They also had an actual legit soda machine that is also part of the pharmacy. Let me see if I
Wait,
now I know I took pictures of this.
Medicine too?
Yeah. Like when they discovered the component that's Coke. I saw Lord Blothen, thank you. When they discovered the component of Coke, they tried implementing that into a form of medicine. And in order to make it taste a little bit better, they implemented sugar onto it. Hence why Coca-Cola is a thing. In fact, let me actually showcase this Coke machine, the soda machine, the soda booth right there, if you will. I'll also share it into the class because this is something I want to actually showcase and share. This isn't a legitimate soda fountain that you find in a pharmacy shop. Right here.
Oh, those look really good.
Right?
Plus, like, from what I remember, like, original Coke looks really good too. Like, you would also get, like, ice cream on top as well.
That's a float.
Yeah.
Yeah, floats.
It's like, I love mixing cocaine with my floats.
But yes.
Because you gotta remember, again, back then, it was super fucking charged. Yeah, it was like super fucking charged back then.
I mean, there's a reason why they called it the Roaring Twenties.
I mean, you're not wrong. Also, another interesting fact that I learned about this. When Prohibition actually became a thing back in the 1920s, lots of folks tried to make it work when it comes to the alcohol ban. And it's why lots of people go into pharmacies in order to get themselves some Coke. It's to a point that they actually became they went outside of pharmacies, and they eventually became a larger establishment for the growing customers. What do you think they became?
Coke addicts.
No, these establishments became diners.
Oh, yeah. Shit, sorry.
No, you're okay.
Like, what's actually really interesting is that according to, like, an actual analyst who wanted to try and find, like, the quickest way to get alcohol during the Prohibition, apparently the biggest failures for it was New Orleans, where apparently the moment he got into into the city, he went into a cab, and the first thing his driver did was ask, "Hey, would you like a bottle of whiskey?"
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, this is I remember that video that was mentioned in oversimplified. Oh yeah, 100%. But can you imagine it though, playing a D&D campaign that's set place in the Roaring Twenties?
That'd be something.
That would
That
be
would be
something.
quite
That
fun.
would be very fun to actually do.
Yeah. Even if it's a 1920s AU, like
Ooh.
like borderline. I mean, would it count as like steampunk or no? Diesel punk is like later, like decades later. But I would say
Yeah.
Although it would be
Is
interesting to
30s
have
and
like
40s.
a segue
Mhm.
of
Yep.
the
World War II and
settings.
such.
Yeah. Like steampunk segueing into diesel punk. That'd be like.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting.
Like World War II, or at least 40s into the 50s, is closer to atomic punk.
Yeah.
I would say that's more of like 60s, 70s.
I mean, if you look at
Whole
Fallout,
nuclear frenzy really started in the 50s.
So, would you say that the Fallout series count as atomic punk?
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
Yes.
Culture is literally stuck in the 1950s, so.
I
Mhm.
really want to give Fallout a shot, but the problem is I don't know where to fucking begin.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this right now. Vegas. Always go for Vegas.
New Vegas, baby.
All the way to Vegas.
Is it?
Yeah, I got.
Okay.
I love how we all casually agree Vegas is the best.
Yes, but in terms of like lore and everything, or like how to get get a bit of world building, there's like Fallout 1 and 2, unless you're a fan of like not point and click, they're like classic fucking RPGs.
Diablo.
Like
They're
Diablo.
isometric.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like what
Adventure.
Fallout 1 and 2 is. And then
Yeah.
Fallout 3 is more of like what the
It's like
rest are.
Oblivion.
Yeah. And then we have Fallout 4, which I'm pretty sure is not as popular as everything else. And then
But
we have
it's easy,
New
but
Vegas.
it's fun to mod. It's a game
Yeah.
that's fun to mod.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken, they actually modded a entire game for the UK in Fallout
know.
4.
There is an entire
crazy.
standalone mod for Fallout 4 called Fallout London.
What?
Yeah, they were actually at Comic Con too. They were at Comic Con last year.
Huh.
As far as I'm aware.
I didn't get to meet them though. I was really annoyed I didn't, but still.
So, okay, so you all say Vegas. It should be the way that could get me started when it comes to the Fallout series. Chat, what do
Okay.
you think? Do you think Vegas is a good way to start off when it comes dipping my toes when it comes to the Fallout series?
Okay, but in all seriousness, it just depends on like your play style. If you want like a first-person RPG like Oblivion or Skyrim, Fallout 3, New Vegas 4, and I think that's like the way to go. But if you
Correct.
want something that's a bit more classic and a lot more big-brained, the first Fallout games like Fallout 1 and 2 would be, is an option.
Yeah, like they are very much old school era isometrics.
Yes.
Man of Mercy
But it's
just said, remember one thing. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But now I realize, now that we're speaking about it, now I really actually want to try Fallout London because I've never seen what that's like.
Yeah, so just for reference to the actual Fallout lore, basically, post-World War II, alternate history starts to take over. There's a lot more nuclear-centric development, military, civilian. Like, literally, the streetcars in Fallout have nuclear engines.
Oh, no, that's morbid.
But that's it. The Cold War gets a little bit more hot. Things start getting very chaotic in Europe. Most of Europe gets outright nuked and becomes uninhabitable. The US annexes Canada. A war between communist China and the US breaks out, which ultimately leads to an ultimate nuclear exchange, which is what turns the Fallout world into the nuclear wasteland that it is.
I
Year
would
of
like to set the
2077.
world on fire.
I mean, that
Oh,
is pretty. Holy fuck.
I know.
It's
It's a
very intense. Plus, then there's also the Fallout series, which is also a good place to kind of look into some lore as well too. I won't say anything about that. You could enjoy that on your own.
Eh?
So,
TV
You
show.
know what? The best part is, the original Fallout games, like the classic Fallout games, are at the very, very low price of $6 to $7 right now.
yeah, you just need to figure out how to get them to work on a modern system.
Uh-oh. It's that bad?
No, it's
They're
that old.
ancient
It's like
games.
Oh, dear.
ancient.
I
But,
took
you know-
too long to play those, huh?
But
Yep.
coming back to
I
the
mean-
next
10 fucking years too late. Or actually, 15 years too late.
Yeah, 15 years.
But to come back to the other important aspect of the law, there's a business within the US while the whole nuclear annihilation thing is ramping up because the Chinese have literally invaded Alaska. There's a business called Voltec.
Yes.
And Voltec build nuclear vaults.
AKA Vault. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Vaults.
Ostensibly, they exist as basically vaults to allow their clientele to take shelter, survive the nuclear apocalypse, and come out on the other side to rebuild society after the inevitable doom of humanity.
That did not turn out pretty well, in it.
No.
Pretty much.
I will not spoil more than to say your caution is well advised when it comes to dealing with what Voltec actually wants.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Plus,
But
some of the experiments were fun. But
that
I'm not gonna.
said, the important thing about most Fallout lore is that most of the time you will start out playing as a newly released Vault Dweller, aka
Yeah.
you've been locked up in the vault. The vault has just been opened for the first time, and now you have to figure out what the fuck to do with this post-apocalyptic wasteland.
There's different iterations, like different motivations to go outside, like either to find your dad, your son, or in the case of New Vegas, you've been outside, you're not a vault dweller, but you got shot in the fucking face, and you just want killed.
Yes.
Hard to get to that actually. So as
Lord
Bio
Death of
says,
Murder Mountain.
New Vegas is the exception to the rule in that you are not a
Yeah.
vault dweller. Something happened to you, but you don't remember what because the fucking bullet has given you amnesia.
So, it literally is what happens when someone when Amnesia the Amnesia series kind of had a one-night stand with Fallout in it.
Kinda.
Consider it.
That's one way of putting it.
There is one other unique thing about Vegas, more about the terrain in the lore, and that is Las Vegas itself, being an entertainment city, was not a military target, which means that it didn't get nuked, at least not directly.
Then how did it survive?
Well, as I said, it did not get nuked, which means that it's still standing.
Huh.
Actually, there's a story behind that. New Vegas was the target of nukes, a great many of them. The reason it didn't get nuked is because Mr. House stopped them.
Ah.
Yeah.
But
But-
that's going into spoiler if we're going further.
That's spoiler stuff.
That's it.
That's spoilers.
We're going. Yeah, this is where we're gonna stop in terms of like Fallout stuff because it's something that you need to experience yourself.
It's really, it's such a fun game, and the
Yeah.
only reason I know much about it is because of Russian Badger and his Lord Death of Murder Mountain build.
Yeah, yeah, you can have like crazy builds in the games.
Yeah, there's so many fun ones.
Okay, let's see. I think she's slowly coming together, but what do you think?
She looks very well refined. Knows exactly what to do.
Hold on, let me actually look at Emerald Marine's message. Okay, okay, it's not letting me scroll up a little bit. Are you saying that when I get a new computer, I won't be able to play some of my Steam games? I guess
If
it
any,
it
yeah.
depends on which games.
It's 20 years old.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say.
a really old game.
Yeah, if you're worried about game compatibility, chances are they were around before Steam was a thing.
Although I feel like that would have been ironic because you would think more advanced tech would be able to run such things.
Not quite.
Oh,
No,
we got ourselves another jar shuffle, so...
a jar shuffle.
1 is Bio, 2 is Cat, 3 is Hafton, 4 is Dave, 5 is Steve, 6, I turn into a plushie and I go into the jar.
Of course, I have to be a fucking nut one.
That did not...
Story of my life.
That did not... okay, that cocked. Okay, so...
That didn't count. That didn't count. Thank God.
Ow.
What?
Okay.
What is it?
First things first, I need to put, Steve out of the jar. There we go.
What?
Oh my goodness, it's her.
Again. All right.
Well, promise made, promise kept, so...
That's it.
I cast polymorph.
All right.
Yep.
Let's go. I'll put it in.
Equality. This is a thing
That's
here
it.
in the
Hell
inn.
yeah. Hell yeah, equality.
Yeah.
All right.
And I am now going in this jar. Yep. There I go.
All right.
See,
Just
this reminds me of the time my Anime 5e party was facing down basically a dreadnought battlesuit kind of thing.
What?
And our party cleric used polymorph on it to turn it into something small. I don't remember what specifically. Then proceeded to stuff it into a bag of holding.
Oh no!
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
The
Also,
polymorph-
Marine, I'm talking about Steam games alone, so I'd be surprised if they didn't work. I guess, but computer companies, bring back the turbo.
The what?
I have no idea what the turbo is. Like, what is it? Is it that one fucking movie by DreamWorks, or was it like a software?
I have
no idea. I'm sorry if I'm coming off as like really dumb, chat, but I genuinely want to know.
Oh, by the way, has Steve heard of Space Marine 3 had just been announced by Focus/Saber? There's a third one!
So, so
Hell
here's
yeah.
the thing: if you look at media, the video's there. It's also unlisted, but it's a single frame, supposedly announcing this. I think this was supposed to be an April Fool's thing that they were preparing, and somebody caught it.
Yeah.
Boo.
Oh.
No, honestly, like what they're already doing with Space Marine 2 and all those Tyranids, like, I love Tyranids.
My ex ruined Tyranids for me.
I love shooting Tyranids.
Yeah.
That's what? That's even more motivation to kill them.
Let's see. I'm talking about... Oh, Emma Marine says again, I'm talking about Steam games alone, so I'd be surprised if they didn't work. I guess, but computer companies bring back the turbo.
Like, I can understand why, but I like them because of their whole ecological aspect of them. Like, they are essentially products, like, majorly successful byproducts of evolutionary pressure.
Mm-hmm. It's like if you put evolution in a pressure cooker.
Yep, and that's what you get.
That's
Because
what you get. If anyone in chat wants to play God, consider this a bit of a warning.
Who needs a warning? This is just a guidance that I will not follow.
It's a guidance. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, like, evolution how I like to describe evolution, it's essentially just like, well, just letting things go off the rails if you don't look at it too long. It's like watching a souffle. No, not like watching a souffle. It's literally like, what's the best way to say it? I would say, I actually know what I could say.
What?
To quote Glossaric from a very good series that I know, nature is like a runaway dump truck. Hot, fast, and full of garbage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. I think I have an idea how am I gonna design these peepers. It's not gonna be pretty. This is my first time attempting doing something like this, but fingers crossed that it actually works out. Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
So, to clarify why older games tend not to work, there's a number of things. Number one, they don't support higher modern resolutions, which generally will fuck with the system. Two, they are generally built around older stuff.
Continue.
Okay.
I've been showered by clovers.
Oh, at least the clovers, there's something soft, not like actually like solid.
They're built around CPU cycles from much older systems that don't have concepts like modern multi-threading or hyper-threading, which means that your system might crawl to a snail's pace if you don't find a community-made compatibility patch to install and run the game. If you want an example of this, I play a game that's known as Falcon 4 with a mod called BMS. The original version is basically an old 90s flight simulator, which doesn't really run properly on modern systems. Whereas the new one is a total conversion mod with a whole bunch of other new things that needed to be added just to get the thing to run.
Let's see. Oh, I just realized this character is going to have a fuck ton of colors for their eyes. But you know what? I can make this work. I
Control
can.
C, Control V, Control C, Control V, again and again and again.
Also,
There.
a very interesting question to ask. Like, if they had to hide their eye, like hide their thrown eyes,
Goggles.
Yeah, but if they were also to show like their actual like proper eyes even without it, would they just be like a rainbow, like an iridescent rainbow in the lenses?
Actually,
Or no?
that'd be interesting. Would just be like a classic like Halo, like the rings like retract behind it, and then like just have like an
Wait.
aura.
Light bulb, hear me out.
Huh?
The straps on them almost have eye markings.
Okay. You keep talking.
Like when she has to hide her like throne identity, they would essentially almost like combine together, and there'll be like two main eyes that cover them, while the rest of it is almost like a sewn in fabric of eye patterns.
It is a thought. It is not a bad thought, you know? I'd probably just blindfold myself if I see a throne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it kind of gives off that whole interesting like I can go all day about like the interesting topics of how monsters would hide their identities in modern day. But we don't have all day.
We don't. I mean, there's like different iterations different iterations of how to hide it.
Like, I'm thinking of like, for example, with Medusa, like she could hide her fit, like she hides a snake in like under a scarf.
Or a turban, or
Yeah.
that they actually have. I think if anything, stuff like that, it kind of brings me back on the idea that when Fae had to go, when sometimes some Fae don't have the means to disguise themselves to blend in, they would access a thing that is called glamour that would actually give them a proper human-like disguise. This is very helpful when it comes to Fae that don't meet the criteria when it comes to blending in properly to humankind. I would know since I remembered my time when I was trying my best to play the Wolf Among Us. Oh, God. Oh, that's a game I've never also went to finish. Oh, I did not...
Oh, you hurt yourself.
Okay, so I live. I did not have a nosebleed upon the realization.
No, you did. You almost like. Oh man, you almost cringed yourself to like death, but thankfully you're a plushie form, so like.
It absorbed most of the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Absorb psychic damage.
Okay.
You know what? I'm actually glad the day that House Gremlin gets like a legitimate plushie. This is exactly what I'm gonna do with it.
What?
What are you gonna do?
Any hesitation? Look.
Look, I've said on multiple occasions to the spouse, if the plushie ever becomes thing, I want one to keep proper, and the second to shoot with a shotgun.
No!
Why?
No,
Just use the Nerf gun!
No!
Not enough stopping power.
Wait, at least, wait. Steve, I know that it's unlikely that you'll have this, but could you at least use a BB gun instead of a full-blown shotgun?
God, please.
Not enough stopping power, my friend.
Non-stopping power. Look, he made the purchase. Listen, whatever you do with the plushies or whatever you do with your purchase, that's you. It's like,
I mean,
you do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, I've already ordered a bunch of dragon plushies for whenever Melissa's is finally out.
I really want to
Just for
actually
the shit post.
I really want to get myself the Nelly plushie.
Same. I already know someone. You know Zell, of course, right?
It's been a hot minute.
Vaguely.
Yeah, Zella. She's committed.
Oh right! Yes! Zell!
Yeah, like I've been speaking to her about it because me and her, we always like talk about like how long it's been going with that subathon, but we've been jokingly saying like if she ever makes a plushie, we're gonna have to like do pictures of them being really just really funny. And from what I've heard, they've actually ordered 2, one for themselves and one for their girlfriend.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay.
Yeah, like.
But can you imagine that? I would love to have a House Gremlin plush or a Nui plush one day. But most likely, the chat would most likely want a House Gremlin plush for the starters.
And they would have reasons for it. Damn,
you good?
Yo, you alright?
Honey?
Did you just cough up a lung?
Yes.
Yo, you better get out. You probably should have a look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
Speak it up.
Plus, I
Sorry,
feel like
spores.
Yeah. Plus, like a House Gremlin plushie would just be hilarious because do you know what I would do with it?
Hmm?
I would like to do a recording where I'm opening up my freezer and to grab some of my own chocolate, and immediately I see the House Gremlin there, and I'm just like, Gremlin, get out of my freezer! That chocolate's not for you.
Nah.
I would just
out
do
of my
this.
freezer.
I would do this in TV chat too. If I find the fucking House Gremlin plushie in my vicinity.
I think I would like to host a contest at that point. Like, what would do a bit when it comes to the House Gremlin, be it on a photo or a small video, and most likely whoever does it the best is most likely gonna get a free full details image drawn by me.
Okay, challenge accepted.
Oh.
Yep. Second. I guarantee that I'll probably become second.
I would also love to do one where like she may try and like be it with my dog.
Oh,
like I'm just like looking about and I'm just like, Hopper, where are you? I immediately see the gremlin in my bed and like, hey, gremlin, what did you do to my dog?
Oh my god, no.
Oh, why don't you actually say that to her? So,
Wait,
okay,
no,
I am.
No, wait.
Oh wait.
You can't get out of the. No, you're stuck in the oh no, never mind. She made it out. I was like, hi, you can't do it without.
Oh, here we go.
Greetalings.
Yeah. Good night.
Yes.
Hello.
I'm still not forgiving you for yesterday.
I mean, don't worry, Steve. They did it to me too. So do you know what that means? I actually preserved that gar, and it's currently in a fish tank. What do you say?
It was already
Vengeance?
dead when I was already dead when I got it. So you're preserving a corpse.
Oh no! I'm referring to the other one that she got for us.
Yes, there are now 2 gauze.
Yeah, one of them alive, one is dead. So, Steve, I would like to ask, after stream, would you care to initiate in some vengeance?
Keep it for yourself.
Oh, come on.
Why am I in swimsuit? House Gremlin has been busy trying to fish.
Fish. The
Fish.
fish. Oh, who gave her the fish? God damn it.
House
Relax, you
Gremlin
don't
needs
have
the
to fault.
fish.
Yeah, there's like, okay, but there's different types of fishing. There's fishing the traditional way, and there's fishing where it doesn't involve your mouth. I mean, so,
But House Gremlin also tries to fish so she can actually do some more, so she can sell it to the 99C store.
alright.
Interesting.
Okay. I gotta make this very apparent. I gotta say this on stream. I ordered some chocolate. Now, Gremlin, these chocolates right here. Are you listening? Are you listening? Can I get? Okay. All right. These chocolates, they're not for you. Do you understand? These chocolates are mine. Okay? These chocolates are mine. All right? If I see you eating one of these, then no, hey,
Don't worry.
no.
Oh God!
Get it out, spit it
Hold on.
out, spit. Steve, help
You're
me,
right.
help me, man.
Hang
No,
on.
there's no stopping. I'm not putting my mouth in there.
No, okay, but it's in the pack. Okay, but it's in the package still. Okay, but it's just no.
House Gremlin actually ate it hard though. What's in it?
Sex chocolate.
No!
All right. That's it. Okay, hold it still.
Okay, I got it.
Hold it still. Hold it still. Okay, hold it still.
Get it out.
Come on.
Fine, I'll do it.
Okay, all right. Stick
I
your
got
thing-
him.
Okay, can someone stick your
Gremlin?
fingers down the throat?
What
to
have we
make it
learned?
chew?
Fine.
What have we learned?
All right.
Mickey,
Here.
I apologize for that. I apologize for that.
God. All right.
Oh my God.
Hell.
Why did you say that? You know she has no self-control.
I know. Okay, but I thought she would reason with
You do not reason with the gremlin.
it. Okay, but that's true. Okay, that's true. That's true. That's my mistake. I'm not gonna make that mistake
Your
again.
mistake to say that you had chocolates.
Ugh. All right.
Good guilty.
Let me
Good guilty
have
yourself.
a look. Okay.
I cannot feel my throat!
We'll get it out. All right. You just gotta.
I'm not getting involved back this time now.
No. Okay. You know what? These are my. I'm gonna hold it still.
I'm not.
Okay.
Not this time.
Fine!
All right.
House Gremlin cast upon thee a plague upon this house!
No.
No!
Fuck.
Okay, I'm not cleaning this up. This is all you.
I cast
All
men
right, well, the
butt
pack-
crack.
What? What the fuck? Okay. Let me have a look. They're okay. She only ate the box. That's it. That's everything else is okay. You'd
Yeah,
be surprised
but-
of how stomach acids work, because like
Hey guys, what did
usually-
I miss? Why is there
Blame
chocolate
bio,
bits all over the
not me.
place?
listen, okay,
Blame
all right.
bio.
Basically, I try to tell her not to eat this specific chocolate in TV chat too, but she ended up eating the whole box.
Oh no.
But she just only ate the box, thankfully.
That could explain that there's so many, well, that could explain that there's rappers down here, but
okay, but this one's different. All right, immediate, because you'd be surprised. Again, I was about to say you'd be surprised of how stomach acids work, because because if it was in there for like a lot longer, it would have just dissolved like instantly, and I would have had to like, and I wasted basically, okay, Bio, where in God's name did you get the sex chocker? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just
I'm
don't
very
worry
worried
about
about it, to be
Dude,
honest.
you're digging your
Don't
own
worry
grave
about it.
here. I already hear Steve over here loading something.
Did she did anything on her way out? That's the better question.
Insect plague. I'm not cleaning it up this time.
Did she cast insect plagues? More specifically, did
That
she say?
and also mend butt crack.
Mend butt crack. What fucking butt crack? I don't have a butt crack. But you see
might-
these iron buns? They're like
That
these are
may
just
not.
all-
Yeah, I feel like we should all be concerned.
Okay, you know what? How about we actually go and we'll have an ad break right now. So how about we actually have an
Nice break.
actual break? We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Oh boy.
Y'all have a good evening. Like, my god, y'all are chaotic.
Okay, we are back.
Welcome
back.
back.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys for waiting. It took me a while to actually just make sure I rest up and all that junk. But yes, what do you think of this one so far? We've actually did plenty of work with when it comes to her design. Now it's only a matter of figuring out her color scheme.
Alright, well, her color scheme. Shit, that's an interesting.
A clockmaker would have some pretty plain clothes. So maybe just some standard whites, browns, all that. But then her head and such is where all the color is going to be. Essentially a juxtaposition between the two.
Yeah?
Yeah.
At least that's what I think.
She's
I mean-
going with like.
Let's think about the Lutises, one of the Lutis twins over here for a reference. They have, their color scheme usually ranges around on red, or if not, red or warm colors. I guess we could give that thing a shot. Okay, J.I., welcome back!
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's see. Let's also fix up this, and then we'll get to working onto... Oh, right, sheesh. I forgot the last detailing on when it comes to her design. I need to start implementing the chains onto her outfit, and... Okay, not vector layers. This one will be a raster layer. Okay, I do.
The right layer, damn it.
And this one will have a chain. Okay, clothing. I got so many brushes compared to... I only had like one custom brush so far when it comes to Procreate. I really want to figure out how does one implement new brushes to that program, but I know for sure it's not going to be a cakewalk compared to how it was with when it comes to Clip Studio Paint. Okay. But speaking of Procreate, there is a piece of art I do need to find time to finish. So I can't help but wonder. Are you gonna continue borrowing more of Rise, honey? I mean, Wilds?
I mean, I can, but if you got more work you need to do, I don't mind sitting out.
Well,
Alright.
I got a piece in Procreate that I do need to finish. The Mary piece.
Ah, the one you are suffering for?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Because it's Procreate. That's why you tend to struggle a little bit. I mean, I've kind of grown accustomed to it. I mean, once I transition from Procreate to Clip Studio Paint, it will just be like another eye widener. But just keep adding more layers. Just keep adding more layers. Don't worry about it. Just keep adding more layers.
Okay, but there's a significant amount of limits it can actually handle, though. Hey, Miki, what do you call a Pokemon
25.
artist? A Picasso. Wait a minute.
I
I just had a thought. When's Pokemon month?
That's actually, I don't know.
I asked because, I just had an interesting thought. I'm considering on making, dedicating a month that is related to Pokemon month, where I get to actually design characters, a character that is based on Pokemon, if you will. Like, like turning that, basically combining, D&D plus Pokemon equals, Gijinka, if you, a Pokemon themed Gijinka, if you will.
It's like a homebrew.
Yeah. Oh. There we go, and let's... Not, her laces is right there. No. No. Close. Because, yeah, I actually wouldn't mind designing myself a Gajinka that from Pokemon, but also go for the extra layer of creativity and turn them into something like that for you could see in D&D. Does that sound like a slice of fried gold?
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Alright, let's also start putting in the pattern for, okay, no. Let me... Maybe it is better that it's just, in this layer. There we go. Better put in the stitching. Would you say that this is an interesting design, what we did so far?
It's definitely atypical. Mm.
And I would love to see how someone would actually make use of this for their D&D campaigns or TTRPGs, if you will. Because you said so yourself. This really is something outside of their wheelhouse, so I allow anyone to actually make use of this so long as you give me some sort of credit and point people to the direction where they got this from.
Yeah. So basically, we're gonna have to wait another 5 years for you to try out Lancer.
Okay, let's see.
Isn't Lancer the mech game?
Yes, yes. I've actually had like 2 games of like Lancer hosted by my brother. It is so fucking cool, but it's also like so much at the same time. But it should be easy to digest because
I never actually heard of this one before, to be honest.
Ooh, well. So, the lore of Lancer, it's like, I mean, other than you pilot a mech, it's set in like the hyper future. Like I'm talking like the 45th century, like hyper future type shit. And let me just find I think I've got the PDF file right here. The core book. I still got the core book. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, core book. All right. So.
There we go. I think she looks pretty good in this one. Let's also test out her silhouette and see how well she actually vibes with this. There's also missed a little corner there. Oh, okay.
All right. Sorry.
Wait, hold on.
51st century.
Continue. I'm just trying to work on this one.
Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to find the right place. Okay, it is the year 50,060, and the galaxy is home to trillions at the core of humanity. There's a golden age, but outside of newly won utopia is a revolutionary project continues. You are a Lancer, an exceptional mech pilot among already exceptional peers, and live in a time where the future hangs on a spinning coin at the apex of its toss. The fall is coming, and how the coin land is yet to be determined. And yeah, so let me just try and because there's like a lot. I'm gonna try and digest it as much as I can for you and the chat.
Okay.
Okay. So from our humble beginnings, humanity has spread out among and between the stars for thousands of years. We have set empty worlds and barren moons alight with civilization. And that's just all there. And you are part of the Union. So without the Union. Union is a new kind of utopia, a new state, communal and post-capital. For a new humanity union was born in the ashes of the ice of the fall and the collapse of the old humanity. Boiling cradle. I know I'm skipping a lot, but there is so much. The best I could do is screen cap some of the introductory and the first couple of pages.
Okay, so you know what? That's fair. And I did the silhouette test on this. What do you think?
Yeah, you'd probably from afar. It just looks like she'd have an extravagant hairdo, but when you actually visit her, it's oh, she's got rings and shit.
All right, now let's see what skin color would I give you this. I think she could be something like a brunette.
Okay.
Okay, so, and she has one mechanical arm because the other one is still human, still fleshy. But what color would this arm be?
Alright.
I think I'll just make it silver or something until further notice.
Yeah, as a placeholder.
Mm-hmm. And now
All right.
let's give her a nice shade of brown.
Okay. I've posted the first 3 pages in the open chat if you want to have like a read for it. I know there's like videos and stuff already explaining like the gameplay mechanics,
Right.
and also the setting and everything, but the only way to acquire the core book is to hang on. Let me have PG, because I think they have a Patreon, which you can be a patron. Alright, so
Okay.
and also the website.
Okay, and let's also adjust her lips because that did not look good on I thought that would look good, but apparently I am mistaken.
Yeah. Alright, one other thing. I want to go on one last tangent about Lancer.
Mm-hmm.
The mech designs, they can be like your typical mechs, but there are so many like different factions and societies that have their own different mechs. Like, I'm talking like you could have a centaur mech with like what's essentially like an antimatter core in it.
Right.
And you have you've got like different. Hang on, let me go back to the core book because it's so fucking insane how much like intricate and detailed some of them are.
Would you say that this is an NPC you can actually meet in Sigil?
Mm-hmm.
I think they would be friendly. She would be friendly.
Okay, race along the edge. Okay. Alright, and we definitely need to figure out what the color of her rings would be. But for now, let's focus on first on, well, her attire, if you will. Because we all come into a bit of agreement that it's much more of warm colors. Okay, so, and we will actually go ahead and give her something a little bit on, I think she would look nice with a red skirt. And for her top, maybe something of a brown top, but what would the color of her tie will definitely be one of the things that'll pop. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What will her apron color would actually look like?
What's the common what is the common attire for watchmakers or like little gadgets and doodads?
Most likely brown aprons. But we already have brown situated for her, unless we have to trade out the brown apron for a different top for her vest color.
All right.
Let's try using a different color for that, shall we? I mean, we'll use the same color for this, and And let's also not forget doing the value. Let's also switch on the value test, so we have an idea on how the colors are looking like, so that way they don't actually clash. Okay, the brown does not mesh well with this. At least this brown does not mesh well with this.
I am Peter and I am brown.
Oh no. Okay, so the brown top will come back. The brown vest will come back, but we'll have to color her apron a darker shade, if you will. Okay.
All right. Okay, I've posted the said mechs in the open chat. If you want to have a gander, just to get a rough idea of how diverse the mechs you can, but it just all depends on the company that you want to work with.
Okay. Hold on. Let me actually. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so where are you putting this?
I'm putting this in the open chat in the stream room.
Ah, okay.
I should have just put it in TV2 chat, but fuck. You know what? Don't worry.
That actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. But you know what the crazy part is?
Yeah?
They're all different companies, and the pilots like reflect like some of the lances as well.
Huh.
Yeah. Like you've got an actual like like you could have like my brother's fiance has like a Lancer pilot that literally is just like a non-gendered cyborg that's like that has the silhouette of like a Grim Reaper almost. Like a Cyber Reaper, if you will.
Oh.
Yeah. So one of the mechs, one of them is from the IPS North Star, which is I try to do like one of each. So one of them is from IPS North Star, and one of them is from Smith Shimano Corpo, or SSC.
That's... Sorry.
The very ethereal ones, it's called Horus, which is like the more like very cosmic-ish, like abstract.
Should I make her? I guess I can kind of see it. I think I can see it.
Yeah. And last but not least, Harrison Armory, aka the Chunkers. Like the chunky, like tight, like it's like you get the body of a Titanfall, but add some extra chunk and post it under r/chunkers.
Okay, so we're reaching a point where I am now going to struggle. How am I going to continue forth with what color are the... Should we give her gold rings, or should we actually give her a different color rings? Because we are doing our best we could when it comes to making the we did the best we could making this work with warm colors for her outfit, but or maybe we just give her brown uniform shoes. No, they're already brown as is.
Too much brown.
I mean, we are trying our best to break up the color palette.
And it's very, it's very, it just kind of seems like it's clashing.
Okay, we need a boy back here. We're definitely going to need a boy back. We definitely need a boy back. So, where is... wait a minute. I think I already... yes. I have an idea. Okay. I'm not sure if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but it is an idea. Okay, and we're also gonna be putting this there too for the bolts. And for... I'm not sure this is the right color for this. So let's try it out with brass and okay, that was a slightly terrible idea. Okay, so that was slightly terrible. Okay, let's put it all together. And we're going to... Okay. Okay, so that was a terrible idea. I thought that would actually work, but no, it turns out this is a terrible idea. So brass does not look well on her. Okay, so alright, we're scrapping the brass color for her halo. I wonder if copper would... bronze would actually suit well. What color does bronze actually fit?
I guess it depends on the rank of the throne.
Okay, okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, I found a palette of... Okay, can I copy this? Can I paste this? Right, there you are. Okay, so... Because when it comes to designing my my ASMRs, I kind of like the idea that each of them has, each of them would have, their halos and respective colors would are based on the ones like the gold, silver, and bronze, if you will. And then there's platinum for the highest tier. So let me just bring a case in point, okay? My character Rose, who is an ASMR, and she has gold motif in here. And then there's Nui right here. Hers is silver. So this one would definitely have a bit of bronze into her design. But yeah, do you think this actually looks good for a Thrones ASMR?
I would say so.
It's not uncanny with the way how her eyes are depicted in it.
Ani, you're going after a throne. It's going to be like a little bit uncanny wherever you go depict.
Fair enough, fair enough. Whoever is the DM who plays this character, well, the ball is in your court. The burden of proof is in you. And, not gonna lie, with the way she kind of do you think she looks kind of cute, or am I just imagining things again with the way how I designed her?
Well, let me take a proper look.
I'd say she's a cutie with or without the rings. That's just, my personal opinion.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm very, very sure.
Ah. Very modest.
Mm-hmm. Like, again, because she is based on Edwardian fashion, they had to be very modest. And she is so modest to a point that she has a really small chin. I mean, it is something else, isn't it? That I'm branching out of my wheelhouse and giving my female characters reasonable chest size. Look, I am me, okay? I am not overtaken by changelings or whatnot. I am still me.
You're still you, if that's what the real Miki would say.
Oh no. Oh
All right,
dear.
well, we're gonna have to check that out later.
But I'm still me. Where are you?
Hey, we gotta do that check. We gotta still do that check.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, God, I wish Afton was still here. He would have just... He still had the right stuff to...
Okay, so what color would suit well for you? It would be nice if she, wait, what am I saying? With the way how I depict ASMRs in the terms of their eyes, I think I may have an idea. Okay, so... I'll just give her light bronze eyes in here, and... let's try making it not creepy or uncanny. It's a tall order, but it is one that I am willing my best to make it work.
Alright. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, so... yeah, what is it, Lord Bloth? I just reminded of the one thing Capcom surprisingly did. They just made they made Pickle how cute, just ran into it and replay Monster Hunter stories. Seriously?
I mean, it's essentially Monster Hunter Pokemon, so...
Alright, I'll see you on Monday.
Now let's see, how am I going to make you, we're gonna make this eyes a little bit on the... I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay, so...
I'm gonna BRB, I'm just gonna... stretch out a bit.
Okay, that'll do. So... we're gonna use you for a base, and... grabbing all of these vectors, eyeballs.
Goddamn distractions on my end.
Everything okay?
Yeah. I just had to run around for a little bit. I'm alright.
Fair enough. I trust you on that.
That's alright. Yeah, I had to like give my mom a hand with something, and I had to like just get a package outside, make sure my dog doesn't go fucking nuts.
Well, we are running in a little bit in a long period of time, so yeah, I guess that makes a little bit more sense. Perhaps we'll stop at about as soon as we figure out her whoa,
what is that?
well, I decided to fix up her eyes a similar way at how I designed my eyes for how I designed eyes for ASMRs.
Yeah, it should be no different, because the angels and ASMRs are practically like one of the same.
Pretty much. I mean, and she is an ASMR. It's just that this one is a little bit unorthodox, because she is based on a throne, if you will.
Yeah.
And I did my best to make sure this goes for different celestial appearance. So yeah. So what do you think of this one, chat? Okay. And we're definitely gonna go and... besides, that halo is gonna be blinging like crazy when we get to that part of the rendering process. And I guess the soundtrack is over. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me take a gander. Oh,
Alright,
there it is. Okay, Golem just kind of had a bit of a stroke, but she's all right. He's all right.
That's
They're all right. Okay.
Okay, is Golem voice activated? I also gotta just check.
No,
Golem.
it's not
What's
working.
the? All right. It's all right. I'm gonna try and add a few modifications to Golem, if that's all right.
No, I mean it's a very old golem. You know, it may not properly work.
Come on. What's the worst that could happen, right? All right. What's the worst that could happen?
Do you really want to know the answer to that question?
All right. I mean, it's kind of a bit dusty around there, but it's a little fine-tuned up and it should be all right. Yeah, a little bit of a fine-tuning.
There we go, and I guess I'll continue the rest of this a little later. But what do you think of this progress?
I like it. Very nice.
It's a lot different compared to how I designed my traditional ASMRs, but I'm actually glad it's coming together.
It is different to traditional ASMRs. Also, the shape and figure is very different to usual style.
Yeah?
Not as hourglassy.
I know, and it's a little uncanny, and it's a little bit off kilter, isn't it?
Indeed.
Well, as much as I want to continue more of this is where I sadly best get going. So how about we actually go see who is live right now, and then we can actually send our way, you guys to their merry way.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Well, Cardell is going to be going on live soon, so how about we actually go ahead and raid Cardell?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
A pre-raid? That's a little.
Innkeeper raid. Let's go get the emote for this. And not the shaking gremlin. We already
No.
did that yesterday.
Yeah, that bit. Yeah, we don't need to repeat bits.
Okay, so... And with that, we're gonna go straight ahead, and we're gonna go ahead and raid Cardell. Okay. I truly do appreciate that you guys came by here today and actually watched this, our piece came together. Yeah, she's a little different from how I designed my usual female OCs, but I'm actually glad how it's coming together. But till then, this is where I best get going, so I hope to actually see you guys tomorrow so we can actually continue where we left off when it comes to Monster Hunter Wilds. And we're getting closer to finishing the low rank story, if you will.
Yeah, so like the end game stuff.
Pretty much. But until then, this is where I best get going. So may y'all have a good night. May all eat well and rest well. And I'll see you guys next time in the Paper Plane Inn. Take care!
Take care.
Bye-bye. Da, 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 da.